Immigration in America is at a turning point. With new laws on the table, the lives of millions could change forever, especially in Texas, where immigration has always been at the center of heated debates. What's coming next? And how will it impact undocumented immigrants, communities, and the nation as a whole? Let's break it all down. Hello everyone, and welcome back to U.S. Immigration News, your go-to channel for the latest updates and insights on immigration policies and stories that matter. Today we have some significant news that could shape the future of immigration in the United States, especially for those in Texas and the millions of undocumented immigrants who call this country home. After years of debate, delays, and political gridlock, the House of Representatives has finally passed 3 major immigration reform bills. This is a momentous step that could change the landscape of immigration policy in 2025 and beyond. So, what exactly are these bills? What do they mean for Texas? And how might they impact undocumented immigrants? Let's dive right into it. First, let's set the scene. Immigration has always been a hot-button issue in American politics. So Texas, being a border state with a really large immigrant population, is often at the center of these discussions. The state's proximity to Mexico means it sees a significant influx of migrants, and honestly, the debate over how to handle undocumented immigrants has been particularly intense here. Texas has passed some of the strictest immigration laws in the country, and yeah, tensions around this issue remain high. So, any reform bills that come out of Congress will have immediate and far-reaching effects on Texas communities. So, the 3 immigration reform bills that were recently passed by the House focus on a few key areas: border security, pathways to citizenship, and protections for undocumented immigrants who are already living in the United States. The first bill is really all about strengthening border security. And yeah, this might sound familiar, since border security has always been a central part of immigration debates. But this bill actually proposes new funding for advanced technology, like drones, surveillance cameras, and improved infrastructure, all to help border agents monitor and control the border more effectively. On top of that, it also includes provisions for increasing personnel at the border and improving facilities for processing migrants. Supporters argue that stronger security measures are necessary to manage migration flows humanely and efficiently, while critics worry about the potential for increased militarization and the impact on migrant rights. The second bill is perhaps the most groundbreaking. It establishes a clear pathway to citizenship for millions of undocumented immigrants currently living in the United States, including those brought here as children, often referred to as dreamers, and essential workers who have been contributing to the economy for years. This pathway includes a multi-step process involving background checks, payment of fines, and learning English, culminating in eligibility for citizenship. So this bill represents a pretty significant shift toward acknowledging the contributions of undocumented immigrants and, honestly, offering them a real chance to fully integrate into American society. The third bill, well, it actually focuses on reforming the legal immigration system itself. It aims to streamline visa processing, reduce those frustrating backlogs, and expand legal avenues for workers in key industries like agriculture, technology, and healthcare. This part of the legislation, recognizes the need for a flexible immigration system that meets the demands of the modern economy while still protecting workers' rights. For Texas, which relies heavily on immigrant labor in agriculture and energy sectors, this bill could help fill critical workforce gaps and support local economies. So what does all this mean for Texas and its undocumented immigrant population? Texas is home to roughly 1.7 million undocumented immigrants, one of the largest populations in any state. Many of these individuals live in fear of deportation and face barriers to healthcare, education, and legal employment. The pathway to citizenship proposed in the second bill could change everything for them, offering a chance to come out of the shadows and fully participate in the community. However, Texas politics are complicated. The state government has historically taken a hardline stance on immigration, passing laws aimed at deterring undocumented immigration and increasing enforcement. Some state officials have already voiced strong opposition to these federal bills, arguing they will encourage more illegal immigration and strain public resources. But it's not just about politics, it's about people. Undocumented immigrants contribute billions of dollars to Texas's economy. They pay taxes, start businesses, and fill jobs that, let's face it, many Americans don't want. These reforms could really help stabilize families, improve public safety by encouraging cooperation with law enforcement, and boost the overall economy by bringing more people into the legal workforce. There's also a humanitarian angle to consider. Many undocumented immigrants face dangerous conditions trying to cross the border or live with constant uncertainty about their future. The reform bills include provisions for improved humanitarian aid at the border, better healthcare access for migrant children, and protections against family separation. Now, while the House has passed these bills, it's important to note that they still need to clear the Senate and be signed by the President before becoming law. The Senate has been more divided on immigration issues, and honestly, the political landscape can shift quickly. Advocates are urging the public to stay engaged and push their representatives to support these reforms. In Texas, community organizations and immigrant advocacy groups are mobilizing to raise awareness and, help people understand how these bills could affect them. They're also preparing to assist immigrants in navigating the complex legal processes that will follow if these bills become law. One important thing to watch is how enforcement will be balanced with reform. Many immigrants want the opportunity to gain legal status, but also want assurances that enforcement won't be overly harsh or punitive. The legislation includes oversight measures and calls for accountability in immigration enforcement agencies to prevent abuses. In addition, there are questions about resources and funding. Implementing these reforms will require significant investment, not just in border security and processing, but also in integration programs like language classes, job training, and legal aid. Texas will need to coordinate with federal agencies and community organizations to ensure these resources reach the people who need them most. Let's also not forget the impact on families. Immigration reform has the potential to reunite families separated by harsh immigration policies. For many, this will mean relief and stability after years of uncertainty. For children, particularly those born in the United States to undocumented parents, it can mean access to better opportunities without fear of deportation. The passage of these three bills marks a pivotal moment in the ongoing story of immigration reform. It reflects growing recognition that the current system is broken and that a balanced approach combining security, compassion, and practical reforms is necessary. As always, we'll be following this story closely and bringing you updates as the bills move through the Senate and beyond. If you or someone you know is affected by these changes, stay tuned because Immigration Now will provide resources, explanations, and advice to help you navigate this evolving landscape. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Immigration Now for more updates on immigration policy, news, and personal stories. Also, leave a comment below telling us what you think about these immigration reform bills and how you believe they will impact Texas and undocumented immigrants in 2025. Remember, immigration is not just a political issue, it's about real people, families, and communities. Here at Immigration Now, we're committed to telling those stories and keeping you informed every step of the way. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and keep the conversation going.